Hey YouTube, it's Tyler the Antenna Man, and recently I've seen a commercial advertising this Clear TV Premium 4K Ultra HD antenna. Chances are, if I've seen the antenna, millions of others have as well. I wanted to make this video to give you my observations about this antenna and why it's very misleading. Here's a quick snippet of the commercial.
Now you can watch 4K Ultra HD broadcast TV for free. Introducing Clear TV's new 4K Ultra HD design, the Premium HD.
The first thing that's very misleading about this antenna is it gives the impression that this antenna provides you 4K broadcasts right when you order it. Well, as of now, there are very little, if any, 4K TV broadcasts out there beyond some experimental stuff that's going on with ATSC 3.0. ATSC 3.0 is a new television standard that's set to replace the current ATSC 1.0 standard. I've made several videos about it, but granted, there are pretty much no 4K broadcasts over the air, and if they are experimental and can only be picked up with a very special ATSC 3.0 tuner, which is not really available at the consumer level yet. You can find out more about ATSC 3.0 and future 4K over-the-air broadcasts by checking out this video attached in the link of this description. Besides the misleading 4K marketing, the HD marketing is misleading as well. For those of you that are seeing me for the first time, I want to make it very clear there is no such thing as a specific HD digital 4K ATSC 3.0 ready antenna. You're going to see antenna manufacturers start to use the keywords 4K and HD to mislead people into thinking that they need to buy a new exclusive antenna designed for HD or 4K broadcasts, when in reality antennas are just pieces of metal designed to pick up certain frequencies, not the modulation method, whether it be analog, digital, HD, 4K, etc. To further explain this, I'm going to use this antenna as an example. This is an antenna that picks up both UHF and VHF frequencies. UHF frequencies are channels 14 and above, and VHF frequencies are channels 2 through 13. Specifically, this antenna is high VHF, channels 7 through 13. These longer elements are what you need for reliable reception of VHF frequencies. And then these smaller elements are what you need for reliable reception of higher UHF frequencies. And there's no such thing as HD frequencies. At its roots, this antenna is a basic small directional antenna designed usually to pick up frequencies within 40, 50 miles of the broadcast tower. There are many antennas out there that work better than this model. So if this is a basic small directional model, what does that make this antenna? Another misleading claim that I want to point out is this part in the commercial.
We're just off the coast here in the Gulf of Mexico receiving free network broadcast HD TV. Imagine all the free shows you'll receive at home.
This right here gives the impression that you can pick up over-the-air broadcasts reliably on a boat. Well, as it stands, the current ATSC 1.0 standard uses an 8VSB modulation method that's very fragile and does not work well at all whenever there's movement. With the current TV standard, the antenna has to be fixed, so, at your home, the antenna's stationary, see no problem on the TV set behind me. But if you're on the boat and you're going up and down the boat, look what happens to the picture. Another thing that bothers me is on the website it claims this antenna will work with a standard definition analog TV set. The antenna alone will not pick up digital over-the-air signals on a set like that. You need a digital converter box in order to get the digital signals on an old TV set. Some of you are probably saying, oh Tyler, why don't you just hook this up and compare it with the other antennas? Maybe it does work okay. I'm not even going to bother wasting my time. Just look at it. There's nothing magical about it. It's probably one of the worst antennas you can buy. Worse than those flat antennas I tell people not to buy, but they buy them anyway. Granted, this antenna may get you a few stations if you live close to the broadcast tower, but if that's the case, you can probably pick up stations with a paperclip. Watch this. So this I have right here is a digital converter box that I use on my TV set because I have an old set and it doesn't work well picking up weaker stations. And this here is a paperclip. Watch what happens when I put the paperclip and the antenna input on the tuner. Get you HD broadcasts. Now imagine if I use that paperclip and started marketing it as an Ultra HD 4K antenna. You know what that would make me? A scam artist. In the end, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. A puny antenna like this is not going to give you live 4K over-the-air broadcast because they're not really on the air yet. And it's not going to get you reliable reception unless you live very close to the broadcast towers. If that's the case, a paperclip may be able to bring you stations, just as you saw here. If you're looking for a decent antenna, check out my YouTube channel. I have plenty of reviews on various antenna models. And if you're not sure which antenna works best for you, I do also offer custom antenna recommendations on my website at antennamanpa.com. There I go through your unique reception situation and see what frequencies and signal strengths are in your area to make an antenna recommendation. Antennas truly are not a one-size-fits-all model. If you feel that Clear TV has made some very misleading claims, as I kind of laid out in this video, consider filing a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission. I feel that many seniors out there on fixed incomes are falling victim to this antenna, purchasing it thinking, oh, it's going to give me 4K broadcast, it's going to give me HD broadcast, it's going to work with my old analog TV set, I'm not going to need to do anything, and probably in many cases they don't get any signal coverage at all with this antenna. The Federal Trade Commission hasn't really been doing their job with the way antenna manufacturers are misleading the public into thinking that they need to buy a 4K antenna to get 4K broadcasts that aren't really on the air yet, or that antennas have a 1,000-mile range. Real people are getting ripped off, and something needs to be done about it. Antenna manufacturers that make false claims should be held accountable. They're not yet. So if you see something that seems very misleading, file a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission, and maybe, just maybe, we can end this madness. Antenna manufacturers should be required by law to list the UHF and VHF gain on their antennas, the same way that home appliances are required to list their energy consumption. Thanks again for watching my channel. Share this video so other people don't fall victim to buying an HD or 4K antenna. Subscribe to it for cord-cutting antenna-related updates, and have an awesome day.